Good morning students, welcome you all in the class of History Civics. Yesterday we started a new topic, the first phase of Indian nationalist movement, and I just explained you about the methods just of these early nationalists and why they were called early nationalists, why they were called the moderates, I told you, and then I just discussed with you about the political and administrative reforms which were suggested by these early nationalists. So in continuation of this topic, today I am going to tell you about the reforms which were suggested by these early nationalists in the socio-economic field as well as in the just field of civil rights and liberties. Okay, so listen carefully. First of all, let us know what reforms, what demands were made by these early nationalists in the socio-economic field. So these early nationalists, they made certain demands. For example, they demanded the reduction in the rate of land revenue. They also demanded a reduction in the rate of interest from peasants charged by zamindar. Okay, these peasants, they used to just borrow money from the zamindars, and then these zamindars, they used to take the high rate of interest from these peasants. So these nationalists demanded that the rate of interest should be reduced, and they also demanded the availability of cheap credit, cheap loan to the peasant from agricultural banks. They demanded that agricultural bank should provide easy loan to these peasants. Okay, then they also suggested the development in the irrigation system, banking, medical and health facilities should be provided to the people. Okay, and they also demanded the just salt duty and sugar, the tax which were imposed on salt and sugar. Okay, and they also demanded a traffic protection for industrial growth. Apart from it, they also asked that government should provide easy loan for the development of copper, iron, paper and sugar industries. Then these nationalists, they also demanded that the expenditure on the army should be reduced and that money should be utilized in the public welfare, and they also suggested that an inquiry should be made in India's growing poverty. Why India is growing poorer and poorer? So inquiry should be made, demanded for it, and extension of permanent settlement assessment. So these were some popular suggestions, popular reforms which were suggested by the early nationalist leaders in the socio-economic field. Okay, now children, let us know what did they demand just for civil rights and liberties. So these early nationalists, they demanded the right of freedom of speech and expression. Okay, many times the British government, they used to censor this right. Okay, they used to put a ban on the right of the freedom and speech. Okay, so they demanded the right to assemble, to form associations and to organize meetings to educate the people of India politically. Okay, they just demanded, and they also demanded the right to circulate just leaflets, pamphlets, and they also demanded the repeal of the laws imposing censor on the press. Many times Britishers, they just used to put a ban on the freedom of press. For example, Vernacular Press Act. Okay, so they demanded that this just press should be free to publish the news. Okay, no ban should be imposed on the freedom of the press, and they also demanded the repeal, the cancellation of the Prevention Detentive Act and restoration of civil liberties. Okay, so it is clear from these demands that Congress under the moderate demanded a few concession and some rights, but not for the whole freedom for the country. They were not asking for the complete freedom for the country. They were just asking some concessions from the British government. Okay, now children, let us know about the methods of these early nationalists. Okay, what methods were adopted by these early nationalists? This is an important question. So the methods of the early nationalists, they were known as constitutional methods, and they included discussions, processions, speeches, petitions, prayers, memorandum, and sending delegations to the government of India and England, holding the annual sessions of the Congress and passing resolutions there. Okay, and in short we can say petition, prayer and protest, they were the method, 3 P's. They were the methods adopted by these early nationalists in order to get their demands fulfilled. Okay, so now we should discuss in detail also what is meant by resolution petitions. Up to 1905, the Indian National Congress, it was influenced and dominated by the moderate leaders. Therefore, Indian National Congress wanted to adopt constitutional means or methods for the fulfillment of their demands. So Congress used to pass the resolutions during its annual sessions, and in these resolutions, the early nationalists, the moderate leaders, they used to criticize the improper policies of the British government. Okay, and it also proved that they were quite loyal to the British government in India. Okay, they were not asking the Britishers to leave the country. They were asking just to fulfill certain demands, some minor demands. And by newspapers, what does it mean? It means the early nationalists, they use the media, the newspapers also, for preparing public opinion and for the propagation of their views and opinions. Okay, in these newspapers, the articles or essays, okay, by these moderate leaders, they were published, and through these articles or essays, the people of India came to know about the policy of the British government, and how this policy of the British government is harmful to India. The people became aware, the masses became aware. Okay, now why by deputation? What does it mean? It means the early nationalists also adopted the method of sending deputations for the fulfillment of their demands and to divert the attention of the Britishers towards Indian problems. Okay, these deputations, group of persons, okay, they made the government officers and employees familiar with the feelings of the people of India. Means this group of people, they used to meet the British officials and used to tell the sufferings of the people of India. Okay, now by raising issues in the Imperial Legislative Council, what does it mean? It means many Congress leaders like Gopal Krishna Gokhale, they tried to raise the public issues in the Imperial Legislative Council also. Okay, Imperial Legislative Council means central parliament. Just in modern India we are having the parliament. So at that time the Imperial Legislative Council, they used to put the issue of public interest. So these were the methods of moderate leaders. Okay, this is all for today. In the next video we will know about the failure and achievements of the early nationalists. What were their achievements and why the early nationalists, they failed just in getting their demands fulfilled by the British government. Have a good day.